Kick is cooked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's no secret that Kick.com is the communal porta potty of the internet, a dumpster fire of a platform.
Well, I'd say 4chan is, but, you know, this is second.
That is being artificially thrust into our culture. But what exactly is Kick.com? It's the brainchild of Stake.com's founders, Eddie Craven and Bijan Tarani. Both of them are allegedly billionaires in their late 20s. And that's billion with a B, all thanks to their crypto casino. Based out of Australia, Stake is the largest crypto gambling website in the world, and it dwarfs its competitors. Part of the website's success is thanks to their streamer to gambling pipeline that
Man, if I ever go and like visit, I wanna go to Trent's new apartment. Dude, that place looks so nice. Oh, he only won 87,000? That's nothing.
that they conveniently set up for themselves. Paying the top streamer
15 million. Okay, that's pretty good.
exorbitant salaries to gamble in front of their live audiences in an effort to acquire new gambling addicts.
Absolutely.
Which means Kick.com is operating with a seemingly infinite budget, all thanks to their parent company. Since I don't have the luxury of taking blood deals to make a living, I have a unique talent of converting brain rot into YouTube ad revenue. And thanks to the best browser in the world, my online experience is cracked. Which is why today's video is sponsored by Opera GX.
It's Microsoft
Opera
Edge.
GX is here to mog your current browser. In fact, I like to think of Opera GX as the alpha male when it comes to surfing the web. And that's because they have so many features and customizations that allow you to have the best experience online. Using their GX mods feature, I picked the Dark Souls mod that transforms my browser into an immersive adventure. And best of all, they have so many unique mods to choose from. Not only does Opera GX look better than other browsers, it's smarter too. Opera GX now has native integration with generative AI. Personally, I use the ChatGPT feature all the time. It's super convenient that it sits right there on your sidebar and it's just one click away. Everyone knows that switching browsers can be a pain in the ass.
I've used Firefox ever since I was in high school.
It's a quick import tool that allows you to quickly import all of your settings from your previous browser. And get this, it's also compatible with every single Google Chrome extension. It's time to start browser maxing. Download Opera GX for free at operagx.gg/Philion2 or just click the link down below. And thank you to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. So you may be asking, why would they even branch out in the first place? Perhaps they see an opening for competition considering the current state of other live streaming platforms. Twitch is a soft-core website for 12-year-olds and middle-aged men from Turkey that form parasocial relationships with OnlyFans hoes. They have horrible creator payouts, walk back every policy they put in place.
I do think that, like, by the way, I think that the whole Twitch is a porn site, I think this is totally overblown, and that's easily provable by statistics. But if you don't go on Twitch all the time, and if you just log on to the website, for a long time, they had a big problem with the recommendeds. So, like, what ended up happening was, like, the recommendeds for Twitch were, like, always promoting porn, right? You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Always promoting porn. And so what ended up happening is that everybody would think this, right? And so, like, Twitch has done a lot to deserve this reputation, even though it's not accurate if you look at the data.
More ads than Times Square, and apparently
it is nuts. Like, bro, the ads on this fucking website are insane.
Predator problem, which Kick seems to also copy.
Every social media website has a predator problem. Every single one. It's a big problem. It's a huge issue. I wish more people realized what the issue was. Yeah, I mean, like, let's be real. Like, this is, it's a huge problem. Like, and this is the problem, right? Is society has a problem? Yeah, right. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, a lot of people have, like, an idealistic perspective of this. They're like, oh, well, people should just stop committing crime. Oh! What? Well, let's just get rid of the jails. So, I feel like, really, I wish that people would Like really talk about why this shit happens, how this shit happens. Like here, let me go ahead. Let's just dial it down, right? Let's get right down to the basics. Girls that start an OnlyFans when they turn 18. How did they find out about it the same day they turned 18? We all know the answer. Everybody knows the answer.
To be honest, no one will ever seriously use Twitter or TikTok for live streaming. YouTube is actually great, but
Twitter or TikTok for live streaming? I think that a lot of people use TikTok for live streaming, actually. It's just that the audiences are completely different than Twitch.
since they're a respectable company, they have a low tolerance for degenerates. So where does that...
YouTube doesn't have popular live streaming primarily because, number one, I think people don't want to like stream and build a brand on two platforms at the same time because it's more stable, right? If you get banned on one, you don't get banned on both. I also want to try streaming on Twitter. I want to do it. Maybe at some point I will. I would like to try it just to see what happens, right? Just to give it a try. It'll be a good YouTube video, etc., right? And so, yeah. But like, yeah, it's YouTube live discovery. That's what's problematic. YouTube live discoverability is awful. And I think that this is like a conspiracy theory I have. I think that the reason why YouTube is so unpopular, why YouTube doesn't do anything about it, I think YouTube loses money on live streaming, so they don't want people to discover live streams, but they can't remove the service because that will make them look bad. And like, this is a total fucking conspiracy theory.
leave Craven, Tirani, and other streamers they were able to convince to have part ownership of the company. Wanting to grab a slice of the creator economy and have full control over Zoomers' attention spans, they created Kick.com. Instead of doing something new and cool or standing for something, its culture is simply a reaction to Twitch's more strict cucked policies, despite using Twitch's AWS IVS hosting service. So Kick pays Twitch to host their live streaming platform while competing with them. But here's the kicker. Kick doesn't have to care about turning a profit. All they really have to worry about...
If people ask, why does Amazon do it? I bet Amazon probably likes that more. Because I bet Kick is getting a rate that's higher than Twitch's rate for AWS. So effectively, they're selling the same thing to more people at a higher rate of money. AWS, you guys need to understand this. Like, if you were to look at a pie chart, I don't know if this is accurate right now, but I know that it's accurate with Microsoft. Microsoft, I was amazed at their web hosting, how much Microsoft web hosting makes them. It makes them more than fucking Windows does. So AWS is the same thing for Amazon, and Amazon will not remove Kick from AWS because it would look so bad business-wise, right? Like, think about what is the business optics of denying service to a competitor because you own one of their subsidiaries that they're competing against. That would look so bad on them, and it would shake people's confidence in AWS so much that they will never, ever, ever get rid of Kick.
About is funneling users to Big Daddy Steak. And the coolest part of all, one day, Kick plans to buy Twitch, creating one giant online monopoly.
That's going to be really funny. Kick buys Twitch. I wonder what's going to happen when that happens. So how much is Twitch worth? I bet Twitch is worth probably between $8 and $12 billion. Because it was purchased for $2 billion in 2000 and I believe 16 or something like that, right? So if you look at inflation, website growth, extrapolate that, I'm thinking $8 to $12 billion. And I don't think that Amazon will sell it because Amazon right now owns a monopoly on the way that people view live streaming. Even though YouTube is technically more popular, they have such a huge hegemony over live streaming and like that market share that I think that strategically Amazon sees Twitch as being a value add in the same way that Kick sees Steak as being a value add. where like it exists, like, so Twitch doesn't exist in an ecosystem by itself. It exists in an ecosystem that is Amazon Prime, Amazon Movies, Amazon Music, right? And all of these things fit together and they create that ecosystem in the same way that Kick exists in an ecosystem that funnels to Stake. Of course.
Of lobotomized slop. And the worst part of all, Kick is getting astroturfed into relevancy because of paid advertising in both traditional and digital media, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Their pockets run so fucking...
I don't think that advertising is astroturfing. I feel like that astroturfing is different, but what he's saying fundamentally is true, that they are advertising a lot.
Deep. They just plaster their name on anyone and everything. And they have this really unique way of guerrilla marketing. No, it's cool, trust me. By letting their streamers do and say whatever they want, banning them for essentially 45 minutes, and then acting like nothing ever happened. They make headlines by being controversial. It's real.
I don't think that Kick likes that. I mean, I haven't talked to Eddie or anybody, Train X, or anybody that like is in ownership over there, like anytime recently about this. But I bet they wish that that this wasn't happening. But if they get rid of it, then they remove their competitive advantage, right? So right now, Kick's competitive advantage is that you can do whatever you want. So if you make it to where people can't do whatever they want, why wouldn't you just go back to Twitch? You see what I'm saying?
Really that easy. Besides being a copy and paste of Twitch, their policies are meaningless because they don't enforce anything unless blatant legal action is involved. There's no such thing as bad press. So who are these villains? Wreaking havoc, causing chaos, staging fake predator stings, nearly killing people in public, and soliciting minors? Meet Natalie Reynolds. Natalie Reynolds
geez, I remember
recently
this.
went viral for
we saw
convincing
this
a
was in
homeless
Austin.
woman to jump into a body of water when she didn't know how to swim.
Right?
No.
No. All right. I was, you know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting
You should
hot.
just jump in right
But
now.
I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Ready? Oh!
I also have to ask, where is the can we just take a step back and ask the question, where is the entertainment value in getting a fat homeless person and talking them into jumping into a lake? Because, like, I don't, like, that wasn't very exciting for me. Like, bum fights went way harder than this. Way harder. What? This is boring.
Wait, what the fuck? Did you see your ass? What?
So boring.
Oh,
You said it was okay.
You said you wanted to swim.
You told me to jump in.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
Yes, you did.
Just
You said we were gonna
thank you guys. We're gonna have you guys get off the stop.
Wait, who is that? What the fuck is going on? We just... I don't even...
I can't swim. I can only float.
Oh, she might literally die.
No, stop. Seriously, don't stop. Please, you're actually freaking me out. No, please.
Obviously, this lady has some sort of faculty that's not all there. She's
Well, she just stupid, right? She just stupid, yeah.
impressionable and did what Natalie said. According to the Austin Fire Department, they had responded to an emergency at Lady Bird Lake. The woman was reportedly offered
Jesus.
$20 to jump into the water.
Really?
Oh, this.
I think what's really annoying about this is the fact that this girl isn't in jail for doing this. Or there is no, like, accountability for it. That's what makes me mad. I don't really care a lot about, like, I've said this before, I don't really care about somebody getting banned on a website because she'll just go to another website and do it over there. I care about, like, if you are in jail, you also are effectively banned from Kick because you can't stream from jail. Or at least it would be harder to stream from jail.
Dude, Natalie.
Dude, I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't know. She said she's drowning. She said she's drowning.
I think you literally just murdered the lady.
No,
Run
I
away.
didn't. I swear.
I think you
No,
literally.
I didn't. Let's go.
It blows my mind how incompetent these losers are. I have to remind myself that they treat real
Well, it's also, like, it's so boring. Like, bro, like, as I said, like, jackass, like, bum fights, live leak. Like, that stuff was way more exciting than this. This isn't even exciting. It's boring. Like, the big fucking climax moment is a homeless person jumping into a lake. That's the worst stream ever. That's all. It's so boring. It's lame, yeah.
Real life like a video game when they stream. Actual people are NPCs to them that trigger real-time events.
You know who should stream on Kick? Hunter Biden.
And
I'd watch that.
instead of doing anything productive at all for the situation that she just caused, she ran away. Oh, that's easy to say, sitting behind a keyboard. What would you have done? Fucking jump in. Basic life skills, people. I was a life...
No, I think that she actually made the right decision by walking and getting away. She was clearly told to leave by the people that work there because they were going to deal with it. They're the ones that are the experts and professionals in dealing with people in that situation. She did make the right call walking away. Like, it is, right? It is. Like, you remember? Yeah, I remember what happened. It's a liability. Yeah.
Guard before a YouTuber. Streamers aren't actualized adults. They're frothing at the mouth for updoots on the internet. Meet Neon. He recently got into a hit-and-run accident with Squeeze, who's one of the main illegal street racers in New York. There's a whole subculture of swimming, which is just weaving in and out of traffic as fast as humanly possible.
Please! No. Squeeze! No, please! I'm gonna jump out! Squeeze!
Yeah, so they're hitting
It's going like 120, 130. That's not that crazy.
Mach 5 in a rented Lamborghini Urus, and that is indeed Neon, shrilling like a harpy.
The cop's right there! Oh my god, he almost crashed! Chill, stop! You're tripping! Squeeze, it's a cop, Squeeze, it's a cop. It's a cop, you're tripping. Squeeze! I'm gonna get banned on Kick! Squeeze, I'm gonna get banned on Kick! Squeeze!
Imagine screaming, I'm going to get banned on Kick. That's where your brain goes, not, I'm going...
I mean, to be fair, there have been a lot of instances where somebody almost died on Kick. They didn't get banned. So, I mean, like, getting banned on Kick is like, that's like a higher tier than even dying. You think about it. That's crazy.
Going to get a splatter spree on the Cross Bronx. We're in full Black Mirror.
Alright, we're good. Calm.
I know plenty of people that drive like this, by the way.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Idiot.
What the fuck?
What an
they didn't
idiot.
just leave. They recorded themselves leaving. I'm fairly certain the driver who rear-ended them was part of their crew or was also partaking in the swimming. So it wasn't an innocent civilian, but it's still brainless behavior to live stream. Squeeze Benz, who was formerly anonymous, was arrested just a couple weeks later. And
See how easy that is? You see how easy that is? He not going to do that again because now he in jail. Reckless endangerment, you're breaking the law, put him in jail. Fuck him. It's so easy. It's like, I don't understand what are we having all these problems with? What is all this shit going on? You know how to deal with this. You just put him in jail. Lock these people up? Yeah, lock them the fuck up. What is this? It's not hard.
Neon was banned on Kick. Not because they wanted to ban him, though. They just had to make a temporary example out of him. But he's unbanned. Because, you know, you live and you learn, right? Just a silly little mistake. W's in chat! Vitali. Everyone's favorite OG YouTube prankster, amateur porn star, drugged out woman beater is back.
I thought that was Ninja. Okay.
Back carrying out predator stings. Some fake.
Never mind.
Some real. Who knows?
I love making out. Do you like to rim? You ask a 15-year-old if you like to rim? That's
unbelievable. No, he wouldn't like to rim in your hairy asshole. If he shaved, I would have thought about it and maybe let him do that. But we're not doing hairy assholes. And did you wipe today? Oh, you did. Oh my God, that's so cute.
The problem here is he's taking vengeance into his own hands for clout, like he's the fucking Batman of Kick, full on.
I think everybody would like it if Vitality was doing that and it resulted in them getting arrested. The problem is that the way he does it doesn't comply with the way the police need to do it, and he doesn't cooperate and work with the police. So, for example, I think if the end of that stream was this guy in handcuffs, getting driven off by the police, everybody would be saying W Vitality. Right? Everybody would be like, yeah, great, awesome, good job, buddy. But like, the problem is that you're doing it and you actually make it to where, because now this guy got caught, he's going to play it a lot safer next time, which is going to make it harder for the police to catch him if they do want to actually go after him. So that's he never meets the end goal. It's a fake paid actor. Yeah, maybe it is a fake paid actor, but I'm saying, like, even if it's real, it's also bad.
Assaulting people, making them do insane shit for his chat's entertainment. And listen, these are supposed to be predators, so maybe their karmic retribution is actually getting clowned on by Vitali and his Scooby-Doo gang. I'm just confused. Like, what is the law here? Can I go out on the street and just start murking preds for some stress relief? Can me and the boys just go full Jason Bourne on a motherfucker? Humiliation is one thing, and that's not where they stop. And it's murky at best whether or not law enforcement actually gets involved. But nonetheless, some of his most famous...
Well, like, YouTube had this policy with, I think it was EDP, where it was like they didn't want people doing vigilante justice. And was it Jadeon that got banned? I think it was Jadeon, right? I'm trying to remember, like, yeah. So basically, the reason why he got banned is that it's okay to do this, but law enforcement has to be present in the video. It's not like you can't go out and, put on your superhero costume and go catch these people, right? That's the only difference. Yeah, a guy EDP is wearing a Steven Crowder now. Yeah, I'm not sure. Vigilante justice is never okay. Vigilante justice is bad. Yes, it is. It is bad. It is bad, period. It's bad, 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 bad.
Stings include dueling a guy for his freedom, having a man drink out of a dog bowl, hospitalizing an alleged predator because a bystander knocked him out, and his...
Even if you're Batman's not real. That's the difference. So this is one of the big things that people get confused about. So if you look at Batman, one of the big differences between Batman and things in real life is that Batman is like a cartoon, like somebody drew him. And so, it's not real, and that's the big difference. Yeah.
Head hit the concrete.
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed.
Hey, I hope those cameras follow you. I hope they follow you, because I got kids, homeboy. I got kids.
Catching the producer of 1996 Space Jam? Look, expose them all. Sure. But are they actually cleaning up the streets? That's anyone's guess. The fact of the matter...
I think that it is a net negative that they are doing this, but I'm not certain of that. The reason why I think that it's a net negative is that the awareness of this raises the awareness level of the other people that are bad actors like this and causes them to be more careful, which makes it harder for them to get caught. That is a very abstract argument that I'm making. So I don't really want to sit and be like, I don't want to stand on business with this argument, but it's a feeling that I have.
Vitali flew too close to the sun and is now getting sued for defamation. Man files...
Oh, hi, Cassie. Hi, congratulations on the show. I didn't see you in chat. Yeah, congrats. We watched it. It was great.
17-count lawsuit against YouTube personality Vitali after allegedly being shown in Predator Takedowns video posted on TikTok. Plaintiff claims he was wrongfully accused of being a predator and was physically and mentally abused in, quote, vicious attack.
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean that Vitali was right. Thank you so much. Of course.
Yeah. Kick streamer
Or
and
wasn't
YouTuber
right.
Vitaly is being sued over his Catching Predators series after a man alleged that he was entrapped by the creator and subjected to abuse. Vitaly has
I actually am on Vitaly's side with this. I don't think that you can entrap somebody to, like, the people. If somebody is not a freak and a weirdo, there's not going to be a series of words that you're going to get them to meet up with a 15-year-old to have sex with them. Like, entrapped my fucking ass. Like, what are you doing?
not commented about it, but he did go on to talk about the success of his series. Over 1 billion impressions later, we successfully finished Season 1 of Predator's Takedowns.
Oh, he's got a name
11
for
days, 33 pedos have been caught, exposed, some of them arrested, and the rest will be prosecuted.
I'm sure they will.
But now the real question is, who is ready for Season 2? And lastly, we have the soliciting of minors.
I know who's not ready for it. The law enforcement. Please work with them next time for Season 2 and you'll get everybody's support. Please just work with the law enforcement and like, I mean, because he's so close to doing a good thing. You're so close. Just do it.
Zerka and Heel Mike are schizomaxers who perform the tried and true method of saying vile shit to bait clips and then go viral for controversy.
Cadence to your tone. What do you like most about Mustache Man?
Their dick.
Got that Aryan dick, yeah.
Yeah.
Mustache Man, that Aryan dick. I can think of one guy with a mustache that he's probably referring to.
Yeah, that Blitzkrieg in there, right? Lightning War.
Yeah.
You're not actually underage.
I am.
She is. I'm older than her.
2009.
I was in grade 9 then. So I was in grade 9 and you were like this. Coming out.
Yup.
You were hotter.
They were both permanently banned on Kick for bringing minors.
It's weird for me to see John do that. I met John Zerka. I met him in like 2018 or 19 or so. And yeah, he seemed like a totally reasonable, nice, personable guy. Like I didn't have any problems with him. I talked to him for like an hour. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I mean, I don't know what happened or anything like that. Yeah. I've never had a bad experience with him at all. So it's kind of a shock to me to see somebody that I met that do that. Doesn't excuse what he did. Well, who said that I'm excusing it? I'm just saying like this is like my personal experience. Of course I'm not excusing it.
Back to their stream house to party with. Heel Mike doubles down, blames his friend for allowing them to come to the house, and posts this picture on Discord, which is apparently a different girl that he's using to rage bait sleeping with a 16-year-old.
Mike, I'm just looking out for you. We don't like teenage girls. I do. So leave. I love them. I love them. So get the fuck out of here, fat. I love them. So go leave. You fucking queer.
Wouldn't it be the craziest crossover episode if this guy ends up on Vitaly's show? Because it's like they're so close, right? They're so close. So like what happens, like, what happens if that happens? That's crazy, It's like what happens if two black holes interact with each other, right? They get too close.
You're retarded losers? Are you kidding? Pathetic.
During the stream, Zerka had a panic attack when he realized that she could be underage, but he still kissed her and cuddled her on the couch. It was allegedly confirmed she indeed was 16 years old by her family members, but I'm not about to call them and find out. Moral of the story.
It's hard to say, but yeah, it's not a surprise that they got in trouble. Yeah, I don't know.
Is if you're a 30-year-old man-child and your bit is being into minors for shock value, you deserve every bad thing that happens to you. So it should be clear that Kick seems to not give a flying fuck about how they're perceived outwardly. But what does the operation look like from the inside? That's a question that has...
I think that that's one of the big factors. Like, a lot of people probably don't care what happens on Kick as long as they're able to watch content on it that's not annoying. Like, I don't think that, for example, like, if Kick cleaned up their reputation, I don't think it would affect anybody. Like, it would not affect their viewership at all. And I know this might sound like a crazy take, but I've been on the internet a long time, and I don't think that sanitizing things or banning people that are bad actors will actually change that. I don't care about the platform I catch the content on. Yeah, if I don't like it, I don't watch it. Yeah, exactly. Why is it Kick's fault? The police need to do something? I agree with you. I do. I agree with you about that. But anyway, send them to jail. Yeah. If somebody's breaking jail and like that's about it. Do that. I don't understand why it's so difficult for people not to be predators. Well, my point is that regardless of that, I don't think that Kick will like grow massively in popularity just because they have like more rules. I don't think that's what's happened. I don't think that's ever what's happened.
Only recently been answered. It's Melissa Dude, or Melissa, is an ex-Kick staff member who made a video documenting her negative experiences with the company. One of the first points she touches on is the fact that she tweeted she's stepping down from the company. But then they sent her a cease and desist that claims she was fired. As of right now, she privated the video, which is strange. Could never be me, because it's impossible to hide the truth from the third eye. But she did tweet this: "I'm currently working with Kick to right the wrongs mentioned in the video. So far, they've been receptive to making these changes. So I've made the video private out of good faith. Definitely not out of the woods yet, though. Thanks for checking in." Luckily,
I think that's fair. It's very hard to say whether that actually happened or it happened as a result of a threat of legal action. I think that really you've got to, like, at that point, like, it's basically going to be like, she's in the right if you are in favor of Kick, and she's being paid off if you're not. It's very hard to say.
I watched the video before
archived
it was
anyway.
privated,
Yeah,
and
no
it's
doubt.
even documented by various news sources, so I'll summarize it for you. Melissa said that they would drop the hard R around the office. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know Australians could even do that. The work environment...
I did. I played World of Warcraft. I believe that immediately.
Was extremely hostile.
Yeah,
and
I
they were,
immediately believe
in
that.
Melissa's words, transphobic. This one is a banger. Plotted to offer a deal to a streamer.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what did they say? Who knows?
With cancer, using the following logic. She's going to die soon, so she'll want more money to leave for her family. And the streamer in question is CatDany.
How do they try to exploit her? I don't know. One of the Kick people said that I would go over to Kick for cheaper than normal because I have cancer and I think that I'm gonna die and I want to give my money to my family before I die. So they thought that they could get me for cheaper. That's apparently what was said. I don't know. I don't think there was anyone else publicly battling C, I think. I'm not too.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's basically all but confirmed. It's like 99% chance it was CatDany.
Bothered by
it's fucked up.
Doesn't
Yeah,
really
for
matter,
sure.
Because that platform is fucking dying.
That's sick, dude. That's a cool company. And then lastly, they allegedly bragged about slashing the rates of an autistic streamer they acquired. Maybe I'm built different, but I'm simply never going to waste my time watching someone dumber than me make a bag. I'll continue to smoke on that kick pack and enjoy my front row seat to the shit show. Been real, Philly onto a million.
He doesn't have 1 million subs? Oh, he almost does. Yeah.
You know,
here's the thing. I'm very much like, I'm not like a big hater of Kick, and I think that the big problem is that people are committing crimes on Kick and they don't get held accountable for the crimes. I don't really care about what Kick does because it doesn't really matter that much to me because it's just a website, and a website is just simply a platform for bad actors to go. It's not necessarily causing them to do anything. But what my main concern is that I think that, Like, how do you grow the website beyond that? Because right now, Kick is basically the place that you go if you get banned off of other social media, right? So how do they stop doing that? How do they stop letting that happen? It's exposing terrible behavior. Well, no, I think it's fine to have an opinion on whatever you want, right? That's okay. You could say that they're enabling the behavior. I think that there's a lot of bad behavior that's enabled by social media. I think Kick does a lot of it, but it doesn't do all of it. Like, for example, I think there's a lot, like, there's more grooming on TikTok than there is on Kick, just by volume, right? Because of how much bigger TikTok is. So, like, where's the frustration there? Same as YouTube, etc. And hold them accountable, though. I don't really care a lot, and this is going to be, as I said before, you've already Twitch needed to intervene whenever they were gambling. So how can you say that Kick shouldn't intervene as a platform? Because Twitch, I wanted Twitch to intervene because I thought that it would cause advertisers to leave the platform and it would hurt the platform. Kick doesn't have that problem, so it doesn't really matter that much. Also, Twitch still has gambling. So if you pull up and you look right here, I'm going to go ahead and just look at Twitch, right? And so you see slots right there in virtual casino. So 1633, that's 49,000 people watching. And, you put the points there. That's 50,000 people that are watching gambling right now on Twitch. So it didn't even really happen. Do I think that crypto gambling is a greater moral evil than regular gambling? Not really. Like, in my mind, I don't really place one. Like, one of them is like maybe a scale of like a 9.5 and the other one's like a 9.8, right? These are both very, very bad. It's more accessible. I don't really think it's that much different. I don't think it's that much different at all. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. If you want to gamble, that's on them. So that's my perspective. Also, whenever I was advocating for getting gambling banned on Twitch, it clearly didn't work, right? It didn't work. That's not how things went. And I think that I definitely have underestimated, and I've learned how many people really like gambling. It's a shock to me because as a person who doesn't gamble at all, I have no interest in gambling. It's incredible for me to see people spend so much money on it and just get into it. I'm like, wow, what the hell is this, right? But that's just the way that I think. Gambling also isn't illegal, so it's from a moral standpoint. Yeah, definitely. Gotcha counts, but it doesn't count though, right? Because you can never make your money back in gotcha. So you can't chase losses, which is the majority of how people lose money in gambling. So it's really not the same as that. So yeah, I've never gone to a casino to watch people gamble, but watching people gamble on Twitch all the time. Yeah, I took that myself as well. What is this here? Conspiracy test? Okay, yeah, maybe I should do that. That'd be a good idea. How does people in casino sites that are in billions and they think that they're going to be the one to win? I actually think that a lot of gambling functions off of narcissism. It's that people think that they're special or that they deserve it or that they have some sort of like unique advantage to win. And because of that, that narcissism enables them to invest a lot of money and think that they're going to win. Now, to be fair, I have probably watched collectively between X and Train probably 50 hours of gambling content between the two of them. I love watching gambling. I think it's funny. I even watched it with my dad. I'm like, look, see the money go down? And he's like, yeah, shit. That's it, right? It's fun to watch. Yeah, it's fun to watch. But, like, it's not something that I would necessarily go and do. I'm not a gambler, right? It's not my type of thing. So, yeah. Showing me a dead game. We watch it. Yeah, that's the way I see it. So I can see why people want to criticize Kick. But my main concern is that I focus more of my criticism on the actual law enforcement and these people being held accountable legally. I don't want to have Eddie dictating my morality, but I'm more comfortable with the government doing it, which is effectively what laws are generally based off of, or at least there's a correlation. So that's where I focus my energy and my focus on. Kick being bad, YouTube being bad, Twitch being bad. Every website has bad actors and bad people that are going to be on it. Kick has a huge percentage of them. And I'm not trying to make like a equivalency. Kick has way more of them. Absolutely. But I view the real problem is that is a symptom. And the disease is that these people do this stuff and they don't get in trouble. That's the way I feel about it. That's what I really think the most. That's what my focus is. And I wish that more of these law enforcement agencies understood that. I don't want morality to be dictated by laws on a fundamental level. If people gamble, it's not my issue. Morality is dictated, but a lot of moral arguments have an ethical component that's logically consistent as well. So both of these things are true. I see what you're saying, but at the same time, that's not the way that I go about it. I think all these people to be jackasses if it wasn't for the internet. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, Kick isn't that popular anyway, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, well, like, Kick is actually growing in popularity, or at least in, like, the last quarterly report. Kick has grown up in market share in terms of, like, viewership. But I think that whenever you're going to see Kick actually succeed is going to be when people go to the platform to do things that aren't bannable on other platforms and aren't going there for money. Because when you see people going over to another platform and a lot of the big creators are doing it for like a salary or some sort of payment, that doesn't necessarily mean the payment is bad. It doesn't make them a bad person for doing that. But it also, of course, right? It's like, would you be doing this if you weren't being paid? Maybe not as much, right? And I think that when you see people moving over because they think it would be better for their channel and not just so they can do things that are against the TOS, that's whenever you'll see a website like Kick really grow. I think Kick has a lot of room to grow. I think that the live streaming space definitely needs competition, which is why I've been hesitant to shit on Kick. But to be honest, they do have this problem, but I'd just like to see this problem solved by law enforcement a lot more than, websites. That's what my perspective is. So, right, if Kick clamps down on these people, another site will pop up that they'll move to. Yeah, I agree with that too. So, again, I know that some people are negative about this perspective, but that's just the way that I see it. Kick catches more hate than it deserves. Twitch had the same problem. Yeah, I think that you're right about that. Twitch did have this same problem with Ice Poseidon. Like, Ice Poseidon was like the beginning of the like bad IRL streams, and then he got banned, and then YouTube had that problem. Are you for authoritarianism? No, but I think that if you convince a homeless person with mental disorders to jump into a lake and they can't swim, I think you should probably go to jail for that. I don't think that makes me an authoritarian. I think that makes me a normal person. I think that almost every single normal person believes that. So yeah, Ice attracted trouble. Ice did, so I have a very, I'm very torn, right? Like, Ice did bad things. There were bad things that he did, sure. But for the most part, I think that Ice did a lot of other good things and things that were not necessarily bad. It just was edgy, right? I think that people's perspective of Ice is like very one-dimensional, whereas I think it's much more complex. Like, Ice was like the godfather of a lot of IRL streaming, right? Or at least like the way that it was done for like a long period of time. Like, he was a big person for that. Now, so was Reckful, so was Raynad, so was Chance, so was the guy that literally made Twitch. It's not like Ice invented IRL streaming, but he popularized it in a way with a new audience that was huge. And so I think like nobody can take that away from him, right? It's not like Ice is like it's not like he didn't do that. But he also did like that weird crypto scheme and like a few other things. It was like kind of like, oh, what the fuck are you doing, right? So it's back and forth. Ice attracted the wrong crowd that did stupid shit. Yeah. But like, I think it's just different. He's not unpersoned just for being a dickhead. Well, to be fair, Ice got unpersoned because he did something that put people in danger with that airplane, right? And like, Twitch had to ban Ice. And I bet if somebody did something like that on Kick, they would get permabanned. Like, it's like fucking with air traffic control is way different than fucking with like, oh, some guy's driving fast on a in like on a road. Like, that's a federal that's huge. So yeah, Twitch had to get rid of Ice. They can't do it? Yeah, exactly. Drone pilots get wrecked. Yeah, it's a mega felony. Exactly. Unpersoned. Unpersoned means that, like, you're banned everywhere. That's what the implication is. Make sure to give the video a like. I love Fillion. I've been watching his videos for a long time. I think he's great. So, yeah. Why would Twitch want Ice on their website? Well, I think that, outside of, like, the bad behavior, I'm going to be honest. Ice is such a great talker. Like, I remember I watched his RuneScape streams, and I was like, this guy's really good at what he's doing. He's entertaining. He keeps, the chat flowing. He keeps the conversation going. He was so great. He was. And, it's the same as like Howard Stern, right? Like Howard Stern has done bad things, right? He did like a weird like countdown thing with like the Olsen twins turning 18. Like, yeah, he did a lot of weird stuff. But man, in like the 90s and the 80s, this guy was so fucking on the edge, man. He was so good. He was amazing. And so again, like people are complicated. There's a lot of complexities to things. So yeah, that's the way I see it. Pilot here, he fucked up. He did fuck up. That's the way I see. He's awful now. I haven't listened to a lot of things that Howard Stern's done in probably the last 10 years, but I just kind of stopped, right? I'll be right back.